Hey, look out. It's Faith Talk Today. I'm Rick Probst. Hey, welcome to another fantastic weekend. The guest we have on today, we've had a few times over the years, and what a delight he is. Dr. James Saxon. He is the Director of Evangelism and Outreach at the Church of the Apostles. Doc, how's it going?
Good morning. I'm just fine. Happy New Year to you and all your listeners.
Thank you so much. We enjoy talking with you. Of course, we love all the occasions that happen at the Church of the Apostles. Last year, we talked about the Life Imprint Dinner, and here it is. It's time to do it again. First of all, can you believe, and I sound like an old man, right? Can you believe that we're talking about 2024, the Life Imprint Dinner? We just talked about last year's.
That's right. Time flies when you're having fun, I guess, and serving the Lord always gives you an opportunity to enjoy what you're doing.
That's right. Thank you so much for putting these together. Not only do people enjoy these, but they make a real deep spiritual impact on those that are following Christ and those that are not following yet. And this is what it's all about, right? Evangelism and outreach. This year, the 26th of January at 6:30, it is New York Times best-selling author and speaker Lee Strobel. Now, Lee's been on the show a number of times. The first time I saw Lee was, I think, 1995 at Willow Creek. And a journalist at heart, and his whole testimony is unbelievable. So what a great pick. Thank you so much. What do you expect to happen on the 26th with Lee Strobel?
Well, what we try to do is once a year stage an event here at the church that's not for people in the church, but people outside the church. And we try to select speakers that we think are of interest to those that are unchurched, dechurched, or not, or indifferent or ambiguous about where they are in their spiritual journey, and try to bring in a speaker who's got, number one, Rick, an unusual life story. And secondly, that life story frames the central message of Christianity, which is the gospel. And we have them talk about their journey and how they were awakened to their need of God in their lives. And then once they received and opened their hearts and received the gospel and the Lord Jesus into their lives, what a qualitative difference that began to make. And in the case of Lee Strobel, who was an atheist, hedonist type, through his wife, he was prompted to begin to investigate Christianity, which he did. And of course, now he's a best-selling author, and the change in his life has been as extreme and as amazing as any I've ever seen.
Yeah, he got to and haven't we heard this story before where there have been atheists that set out to prove that the Bible is a fallacy, and he dug into it, and it changed his life. He came to Christ and has followed Christ ever since. So we're talking with Dr. James Saxon, Director of Evangelism and Outreach at the Church of the Apostles. The Life Imprint Dinner is coming up January the 26th at 6:30 p.m. with Lee Strobel. You're going to enjoy that, and we want you to bring those that are asking questions about Christ, those that are seeking. I think this would be the perfect atmosphere. Lee is not only can he bring his stuff, but he's very entertaining. He's a very funny, humorous, and human. He'll share a lot of stories. It's great stuff. In the past, Doc, what have you seen? How have you seen God really moving on the Life Imprint Dinners?
Well, because it's an event that really is structured for those that are not yet connected to God, what we have seen is that the event serves as an awakening experience. It's designed to awaken people of their need for God, and then to lean into the means by which you can connect into a relationship with God by listening to a story, not a sermon, not a lecture, but listening to the story of a person who's not a clergyman, not a pastor, but one who's just an everyday person, but who has an experience of, at a certain point, realizing that their disconnect with God was a problem of their own making, that there was no solution they could offer for it, and that they needed to look to God for help to reconnect in their relationship with God. And that's what these speakers tend to do. So we usually get a good response of people that are trying to sort out what it means to have a relationship with God and need help in how to do that.
Dr. James Saxon with us, and they have the Life Imprint Dinner every year. And yes, it's that time again. It's going to be a good one. Dr. Saxon is the Director of Evangelism and Outreach at the Church of the Apostles. Hey, the Imprint Dinner is at 6:30 p.m. Give us the long and short of the details. I know it's at 6:30, but there is a charge,
Yeah.
and it depends on where they're going to be. And I think it all starts actually at 7:30. Didn't you say that earlier?
Well, the terms of engagement are if you want to come and bring a person as a guest who needs to think about reconnecting with God, then you are asked to, or you're able to sit in the banquet room where the live presentation will be live. There's a cost to the host, but no, the guests come free. If you've got other Christian friends that you want to come hear the speaker, they can see it free in the sanctuary, and there is no charge. The dinner starts at 6:30. The live stream presentation in the sanctuary starts at 7:30. And if you desire to come and you're going to sit in the live banquet room with a guest, you do need to pre-register. So you will need to contact the church and let us get you set up for that.
And they can do that, at apostles.org?
Yes, you go on the website and click on the events link, and it'll take you to the Life Imprint Dinner, and it'll let you know what you need to do.
It's going to be a great event. Lee Strobel, and as I mentioned, he's been on the show many, many times with many books. He's written many books. In fact, I've forgotten how many, but a ton of books.
About 20. He's
20.
written about 20 books.
Yeah, what a compelling story. And it is a story. And that's what, when I heard the story, he taught a class, a seminar, basically at Willow Creek years and years ago. And he was just telling his story. He wasn't preaching a sermon, but in that story, it was really moving. And it solidified some things on how to connect with those that may be atheists or those that are seeking. And I love that you guys have put this get together and continue to reach out to the community. Dr. James Saxon, Director of Evangelism. Doc, what else do you have going on the rest of 2024? Now, once this is over, I'm sure that you'll probably brainstorm and figure out what you're going to do next year. But throughout the year at 2024, what's going on with you at the Church of the Apostles?
Well, we do have processes that what I call growth processes, so that if people enter the church throughout the year that are needing to connect with the Lord in a personal way, we have processes that we walk them through, and we kind of run those things all year long. So that is, it's kind of like a pipeline of growth where we put you up on, we ramp you up into the pipeline, and then we get you into a study process that helps you discover for yourself the terms of a relationship with God and how the Lord is designed for that to work. So we just run those stuff throughout the year, and we're a church that's very conscious of those outside the church that need help. And so we always try to stay sensitive to what their needs are. And we try to make Apostles always a welcomed experience for anybody who visits.
I've probably told you this before, Doc, but it was 20 years ago. My wife and I have a special needs son. He's a man now. He's about 23, but 20 years ago, he was, he'd be 3, I guess, 3 or 4 years old. And we visited the Church of the Apostles. And when we were there, we took him to the children's area. And they specifically there at Apostles, if you'll let them know in advance. In fact, they told us that we would love to have you back. If you let us know in advance, we'll have someone that is their expertise is working with special needs children. So, it meant a lot to us, that outreach there. So it's there with the Lee Strobel, it's there in the church, and we just appreciate all that you guys do. You really do love the community and want to reach out to those that have needs. Well, I think the great thing to do would be invite everybody. And again, go to apostles.org for more details. And it is a cost, but I think that is a well-spent cost when you can bring somebody that's seeking, maybe an agnostic. This would be the perfect guest. Lee Strobel at the Church of the Apostles, the 26th at 6:30. Doc, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Look forward to seeing you and talking to you soon.
All right, God bless you, and Happy New Year again. Bye-bye.
Hey, thank you so much for being a part of Faith Talk today. Again, you can go to apostles.org. It is the Life Imprint Dinner with Lee Strobel, and you'll get a chance to check that out. It's at 6:30. Again, apostles.org. Well, it's time to go. Thank you, my executive producer. See, I've given him a bump. I've given him a raise. Executive producer Ezra Ortiz. Thank you so much for getting us Dr. James Saxon and all the wonderful guests on Faith Talk today. Until next weekend, I'm Rick Probst. See ya.